there's so many announcements on my phone. Okay, so I'm remaking this video. So I wanted to say that I've learned a lot from being active on YouTube and looking for the information and educating myself about personality disorders, specifically narcissism. Narcissism. Bleh. Wow, the word is so hard to. NPD. I'm very grateful for the knowledge and education that I obtained from YouTube. So, no college would teach you this information, which was a kind of a shocker for me, since I'm pretty sure they teach abnormal psychology in college, but they don't go that deep, which really is that says a lot about the institution of college, but never mind that, because I'm not going to talk about that now. So it taught me to know what, to expect from the narcissist I'm dealing with, which is my ex-husband, who is I think he's malignant. I really think he's malignant, because he's very dangerous and physically aggressive and such. So, but anyway, he is a mid-range narcissist, that's for sure. I know that. I got him down for that. My parents are lesser narcissists, both of them. I myself, I have borderline, but I've been working on myself for years, so I don't meet the requirement as much as I used to, I believe. And I have hopes in becoming a better person, more normal, or at least more stable, and healthier. And that is one of my main goals in life, to be somewhat more, functional and succeed, be able to succeed in life like I haven't been. But anyway, so I know what the narcissist is up to. Okay, I can see it. It's textbook. It's very they're very predictable, and sometimes I worry about the consequences of me doing my own thing, because of how envious they are of any little thing that you will do for your own self and your own health and your own well-being. They really, really hate that for some reason, because it's part of the disorder. They're not able to get to that level of self-care and self-examination and introspection to fix their own selves on their own. They're not able to do that, so they envy others who can. So that's always a risk for me, because since I've been with him, I've been programmed to do as he says, or even if he's not around, I'd have to think about how would it affect him, and if he would accept me doing this or that. But now I'm doing it because I ended up coming out of state to see my children, because of the ambush attack that was put on me when I was when my kids were taken from me. And he set himself up with this girlfriend of his, took over our house and all of that, and then had put my kids involved in all of it, and then got the courts involved, and then I told a bunch of lies, wrote up a report about me to the cops, which was not, it was just basically a report about me. It wasn't even like pursued to anything. So he used that in court, even though there was no real substance to it. Like I said, he just filed a report and kind of left it at that. You know, basically, that's what narcissists like to do. They don't like to go through all the process or steps to anything anyway. They don't feel they have to, or it's not necessary. So all he needed was that paper from the police department that he went in there and filed a complaint, which doesn't even specify what was in the complaint or anything. And the court, I mean the judge, just, you know, it was just for show. And any of my actual reports and charges that were against him were not even used in court because of, very strangely, the lawyer I had wanted nothing to do with Jersey jurisdiction. He has no I don't even know if this is true, but he had no, he wasn't legally obligated to look into any kind of police reports from New Jersey. And it's just, I didn't expect that at all to happen. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I did provide him with the police reports, and the only way that I could have pursued something against him was if I went to trial, which I cannot afford at this time. And I already was, I believe, swindled by this lawyer because of the out-of-state distance and having to scramble and figure out how to defend myself against a divorce, which was suing me for child support and all of that. So and I only had 20-something days to respond, and I tried to get a New Jersey lawyer to help me, but they wouldn't. They don't have any license to work for in Michigan laws or something. It was a big mess, and I was very, I didn't have a lot of help. And the coronavirus thing happened, and my depression and things got bad, really bad. I was unable to go to counseling because it was no longer face-to-face, which is really needed in my situation. I need someone there, you know, to validate my feelings and all in person. I prefer it to be in person than to be over the phone, something impersonal like that. It's just, it wasn't working for me, so I was under no care at the time of the divorce and the ambush of that. And on top of that, I had to do the divorce over a Zoom call, which was kind of foreign to me because I never used that before. I have used FaceTime on iPhone, but, you know, similar to that. There was technical difficulties in the first couple of times that I was on. And one was a very important hearing for myself that I paid extra money to try and retain my children back to the state of New Jersey. And there was no rerun, there was no redo or anything. It's like, oh, you have technical difficulties, too bad, we got other people to get through. And it was a very quick process, 10-15 minutes long or something, and it was just dragged out until I ran out of money. And I could not afford a full trial of him. The lawyer I had was really pushy for money, and I was just like, what am I gonna do? I don't have the money, okay? I don't have enough money, you know, to put them through, put everyone through that. So unfortunately, I was pushed to settle from my lawyer and the friend of the court. They were very pushy in closing the case, and I did not get a fair It didn't go fairly for me. The only thing I did was I got out of the marriage, which, I don't know. In a way, it's a good thing. In a way, it's not a good thing, because I'm free of him. But in another sense, I'm stuck, because I have to, I don't have custody. They didn't give me custody, because the kids were in a different state for up to 6 months, and they go by the books, and that's their home state. Crazily, but it's very, very sad what the justice system, or whatever they call justice, what they do to people. I can only imagine all the people that are locked up for crimes they never committed, etc., just because they didn't have enough money to go to trial, or their lawyers, you know. It's very messed up system. Anyway, but that's for another video. So fine, okay, fine. And again, I was untreated because of my counseling and all that. They canceled on me, and they want to do telehealth calls and things, and I wasn't interested in that. I wasn't comfortable. So, it dragged out for about 6 months or so. And they convinced me to settle, because you know, their own selfish reasons, and wanting to get through the case, and I couldn't afford the trial. So basically, my lawyer said, I'm not doing any more for you. That's really what he was saying. And I lost I tried to ask the judge, you know, something more reasonable, that, you know, at least give me half of the time with the kids, give me half custody, 50-50, that they would have to travel to New Jersey, and the judge looked at me like that was unreasonable, and how dare I even mention that, to take them out of their state to be half of the time with me. Well, you know what? I don't think that's unreasonable. Those are my own children. I'm the mother. So, and I don't have any drug problems or any issues. I'm able to take care of my household. So there was no reason for that. So, you know, I'm not from the state that this guy decided to move into, okay? And the state is very unreasonable with their reasoning on why things are a certain way, or should be this certain way with the law. Like, I don't know, we don't have the same laws in our state. So everything was quite difficult for me during that time, and I ended up losing custody to my children, and due to no fault of my own, other than maybe the lies that were told about me kind of gave the judge a impression of me that wasn't true. There was no proof with it, but he came up with certain things that that made it look like it would be a true story that he's telling. So this is what a narcissist does, and they're good at it, and they enjoy this part. They enjoy doing this, believe me. So, and also I realized over time, which I'm very stupid, because I did know this years ago, not too many, when we started breaking up, when I really found out who he was, about 5 years ago, it started, where I was leaving him for good, and I wanted nothing to do with him, and then he would come back and then pretend and love bomb and all that, and then leave me stranded with bills and things. So, about 5 years ago, I woke up to this realization of what I'm dealing with, that, you know, my husband is a mid-range narcissist, and he's destroying my life to keep me in line and keep me controlled, so he could feed off of me and use me as a facade, a decoy, of a family, you know, together family, like to make him show like he's a family man, but he's going off and doing some terrible things while keeping the impression for others to see. And that's all he ever's done throughout all this time I've been with him, and realized it. I've left him many times. Even before I had my son, I left him. And I started going back to school, getting fit, all this stuff, feeling good about myself, and starting my life over. And then he would come back with some crazy thing. Like, I have a tattoo here. I have this crap here, which I'm getting removed. I need to be settled in a place where I can keep going every few months to remove it. Which it won't be too long, I think. I don't think it's going to be too long. It's a black ink. And it's quite small. So, and my skin is light. So they say it's the easiest to remove from a light-skinned person. Which, thank God. And, the reason why I got this and why it's here is because I did leave him. I started going back to college, and then this is when I had my daughter, because I have 2 kids. I have an older daughter, and when my daughter was young, I was going back to school. I was living with my mother, which was a bad situation because of the narcissist there, but my mother, I don't have a bond, really. It's kind of strange. I have more of a bond, I think, with my husband than my mother. It doesn't make sense, but it does. So I was able to kind of block her out and do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different when you're romantically involved with somebody. So, you know, I left him, and then this was a time where he... whatever he was doing, he was in a different state as well, because I did leave him from the state we were in to where my family's from, and then try and get myself back on track. And then he comes out and shows me a picture of his neck, which his neck had my name tattooed on his neck. The permanence of what they do. They don't have like a 100% guarantee that they will get you back, and yet they do something so permanent like that. It's insane. But it worked, and I left what I was doing when I was going back to college. I have been to college twice already, actually, twice. So I'm just so angry at myself. So then I went back with him to the state that he's at and start all over with him. It's always the same thing, you know. Help him to get back to that fake family life picture and facade. And that's all it ever is. When he keeps hovering me back, he needs me to fit in the picture. So he never stops doing this. He keeps doing this because I keep leaving him because of the abuse and the threats to my life. That, you know, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. None has ever gotten better, and it's always the same cycle over and over and over. I try to rebuild wherever I am. I'm good with myself. I get my confidence back. I start progressing, and then he realizes, wait a minute, I need a facade of a family man situation, and I don't have that without her and his child, which he doesn't really care about his children, but you know, he needs it for that fake. Anyway, so this is what he keeps doing. So we got the tattoo. I went back with him. And he wanted me to get... I didn't even really mention a tattoo for myself. But he's like, oh, you're going to get your tattoo too, right? Okay, let's go get it. He drives me to go to the tattoo place. And I'm like, oh, okay, I would like to get it on my wrist. You know, I thought it was cute to get a name on the wrist because I've seen people doing it. And I'm like, okay, I'm good with this. I'll do it. I'm definitely committed. So you know, when I was going to go get it, he's like, no, why don't you get it on your neck like me? Or, I don't know what he even said or did to change my mind, to create me to accept that I wanted to get it right on my neck. So this is what they do. And I went through the love bombing again, and then the devaluation, and then he wanted to get rid of me. And then when I started building myself up, again, he needs the facade of the family, and then he takes me back in, and then over and over and over again. And it's very sick and disgusting. But at least I know what I'm dealing with now, and I can kind of get what he's going to do next, even though having this done to me for so many years has created this automatic response to keep saving this person. And this is what I am trying to break. But the kids are involved, and they don't deserve this. So it's very difficult for me. If anyone could help me with some kind of resource that will understand what I'm going through, and don't tell me a lawyer, because lawyers don't know nothing, or they don't even care. They pretend they don't know. They just want the money. So I need help, and to make my next decision is very difficult because the children are involved. I have 2 kids, and I'm so sorry that I brought them into this situation. But so this video is going to cut out, and I'll do another part of this video. Thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe, and leave me a message leave me a comment to encourage me to make the video. Thank you. Bye.